What's up, guys? PDC here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys my Week 1 first game of SPL 7. Now, at this point, my team already won the week, so this is not a deciding game for the week win, but it's still a pretty good game. Me versus my friend ABR. The tables have turned, and instead he's using balance, and I'm using offense. Isn't that shocking? But anyway, he's using Aerodactyl balance. With Gashadon, Ferrothorn, Talonflame, Starmie, kind of annoying Pokemon for me to face. I actually have Natural Gift Azumarill, which I think is a pretty good mon. But as you'll see, it doesn't play out the way I expected it to. And I have a Gyarados. It's basically dual water offense. We figured Gyarados would wreck him, considering Sub-Gyarados usually beats a lot of balance, but in reality, Gyarados is actually pretty shit. But anyway, we're just going to go ahead and start the game. Clean music off. He's going to go ahead and leave with his Talonflame. I'm going to go ahead and leave with Azumarill, my House of Balloons. The weekend Knicks are back. And he's going to go to his Starmie. Now, he told me later this was actually physically defensive Starmie, so it was a pretty logical switch there in case I wanted the superpower, the Ferrothorn switch. He does catch my Heatran there, and I'm just going to go to my Alakazam, which is Mega. As I already said, that's sub-DD Gyarados. And he does get a crit with Scald, which is annoying, as now this means I'm going to have a lot more limited switches to Starmie, or anything in general. I predict the switch here to Aerodactyl or something to like, so I just decided to go for the Psychic here to catch it. I do quite a bit to it, which is pretty good for me. And he decides to go to his Gashadon. I was hoping it was going to be a more physically based Gashadon, but it's not, and Psychic is not going to be doing too much to it. I decided to switch it out and go to my Garchomp, the Knowing, to get my rocks up. Aerodactyl's already dead, or not already dead, but it's very close to death here, so I'm not in a bad position per se. So now I'm just going to get up rocks, and right here this turn, if you guys didn't know, I didn't expect to die from Ice Fang. Even if he had Ice Fang, I didn't expect to die, but he does get a critical hit on me, which is going to kill my Chomp, which is pretty annoying, as now this means I can't set rocks up ever again. At the expense of Aerodactyl, so keeping pressure is going to be quite hard. I decided to go to my Heatran here. I figure that he's either going to go out to his Ferrothorn or his Gashadon or Starmie. I could have, now that looking back at it, I think maybe going Alakazam here would have been the better play, but I thought he might have went, actually, I don't know, I think Alakazam was the better play regardless there, because I could have done more damage. I do have Solar Beam Power of Tran here, which actually eradicates the Starmie, so I don't know, maybe it was kind of debatable, but maybe I would have liked to save that power for something else later on. So he's going to go to his Apoudon here. I'm going to switch out because I want to keep Heatran alive for Ferrothorn and Talonflame. He's going to go to his Apoudon and set up rocks. I'm going to go to my Azumarill. He makes a good play here. He doesn't really need Apoudon, and it's physically defensive, so it's not going to die from a waterfall. And he's going to tank that play rough and roll me right back out to my Heatran, which is a little better than Excadrill, but not really. So I'm going to go to my Azumarill here, my Alakazam here, and then I'm going to go to my Azumarill, because essentially I do not need Alakazam in this game anymore. It's not going to be doing much. It's way too weak, and it's just not going to be able to break through his Talon, Ferrothorn, Gashadon, and Apoudon. I'm going to go to my Azumarill this turn, and I decided to go straight for the Waterfall. I do a decent amount to it. Hippowdon is almost dead. He's going to Earthquake me in return, and now here comes a core turn. I already said this. This is Natural Gift HP Fire, not HP Fire, Natural Gift Fire Azumarill. Now, I did not expect him to go straight out the Ferrothorn. I thought he would sacrifice his Hippowdon first, and then he would go to his Ferrothorn, because I didn't think he would need it, or he would just go to Gashadon first, fearing the Natural Gift or something like that. I didn't think he had a 100% switch to his Ferrothorn there. It would be wise to keep Hippowdon as kind of a sacrifice to Excadrill, so I do say that play is logical. He just goes straight out to his Ferrothorn here, I believe. He's going to tank this Waterfall. Now, if I Natural Gifted here, maybe the turn, the tables could have turned, but I kind of doubt it, in all honesty. I go for the Waterfall, and he makes a really good play here. He knows that one of these Pokemon has Natural Gift, and he predicts it to be Azumarill, so he's going to go ahead and switch out and scout with his Talonflame, and I'm going to release the Natural Gift on the Talonflame, and he's going to catch me, and as soon as that happens, I'm like, oh shit, this is basically game, because I can't even kill that Gashadon anymore, which is really bad for me. He's going to Brave Bird and take me out, and I realize I really don't have a leg to stand on at this point. I don't really have a very good way to win. I decided to go to my Heaven or Las Vega, not Vegas, because of the damn character limit. My Heatran, and at this point I recognize my fate here. There's essentially no way I'm going to be able to win this. If I kill the Ferrothorn, it possibly could have turned out differently. The reason I say possibly is because Gashadon inevitably will PP stall me. Not that it wins the PP war, it's that I'm going to be left with, I believe it was 8 PP or it could have been 9, I think, something like that regardless. And considering his ability, and I needed to have at least one attacking move left, it would have to be Waterfall. And considering his Storm Dream ability, essentially, I would never, ever, ever be able to break the Gastrodon, because no matter how much he struggles, he would just keep healing his HP over and over and over and over. Now, I guess with Gastrodon dead, I could have won with my Heatran. That's possible, too. I could have, but Heatran at this point was at, what, about, I don't know. I think I switched until, I think it's about 70-ish% with the rocks on the field. And I guess I could have won. I think it could have been possible, but I'm not too sure. It would have been a PP war at this point anyway, and despite, you know, all of that, I don't know. I guess it was possible for me to win if I did Natural Gift the Ferrothorn there, but it's kind of a toss-up. I mean, at that point, I would have been out of Dragon Dances as well, so it would have just come down to Hippowdon, really, because I would have had the switch, and essentially, if he managed to kill my Heatran, that was completely game, because then Hippowdon and the Gastrodon would have just won. All you would have needed to do was just switch between the two of them, although I guess that's debatable as well. I'm not really too sure. I guess, I know this is hard to theorize upon, but I guess if I did kill a Ferrothorn and I did make the Natural Gift play there, which I believe I definitely should have. I thought he would let a Hippowdon die, but now that I really think about it, it was kind of safe to keep it, because I don't believe, I don't know, I didn't win the Natural Gift play on that point anyway. I was a little afraid because I didn't feel he had much of a reason to go to Ferrothorn, but he kind of did, and I guess that was my fault through there, but we're going to go ahead and just speed this up right here, because basically what's going to happen is he's going to be able to beat me pretty easily with his Ferrothorn. I'm just going to skip a couple turns so you guys can see what happens. He's going to Power Whip me. I have no chance of beating him unless he misses Power Whips and I get Bounce Paralyzes. But that's pretty much going to be it at this point. There's really nothing I could do after I misplayed that. He did have a decent enough advantage with the Gastrodon, Talonflame, and all that stuff entire game, and he did get 2 crits, which I thought were really annoying and detrimental to my game plan, but what are you really going to do at that point anyway? Yeah, I would have been at 62%, and he was bulk up Talonflame, so it was very possible that he could have easily beaten me with a bulk up Brave Bird, considering he did have a little special defense and an HP investment, and the accuracy of a Magma Storm is very bad. He probably could have got a Spikes at some point, too. But anyway, that's where the game is going to end off. And I actually start out the first SPL I've ever played in where I actually lose Week 1. I've won Week 1 in every other SPL. And as you can tell, that's actually a really specially defensively based Gastrodon. I take 58% from Earthquake. 58% from Earthquake. And I'm not even adamant either, but he's just going to go ahead and kill me. And that's going to be the end of the game. So I do start out the week with a loss. I could have potentially started out with a win if I managed to make the correct play and Natural Gifted that time. But that's kind of the way it is. So I guess my own little, I don't know, I was really scared of him just wasting that Natural Gift or sacking a Hippowdon, which is why I didn't go for it. And I didn't feel that much of a need. I guess it would have been even more of a reason to go for the big balls play, because for one, the week was already won. So if I went for Natural Gift there, I guess the situation could have turned out different. And maybe I could have even kept my Azumarill around. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and end the video off here, guys. There's not much more to say. I'm going to be uploading every SPL game that I play, win or lose. I guarantee it. Like I said, I don't like people who only upload wins, so I'm going to upload every single SPL game I play, win or loss, to make sure you guys get the full picture. But anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Subscribe and like the video, and I'm out. Peace.